via Facebook streaming and also via Skype. Life is a gift to traverse through with awareness. Life is a gift to traverse through with awareness. To respond to the moment without any pattern, just out of spontaneity. Whatever the feeling of the moment decides to act just like that is the way that I call creative chaos or characterless consciousness. A consciousness that is not conditioned by character or any discipline. This very process of relaxing into freedom is what brings one to ultimate reality. Have you observed what is your one second, something here is not. Let me Okay, I'm not understanding what it is happening with YouTube streaming, but it is live on Facebook, live on YouTube rather than Facebook. What is your life when you look at it? Is it the life that you have earned your livelihood, accumulated wealth, have eaten, sleep, the breath comes in and goes out? If this is your life, do you know what will be death? Whatever is your life is reflected back through death. If your life is an experience of that which is eternal, that which is formless, that which is beyond duality, then during the moments of death, there will be tremendous bliss showering on you. And you will be familiar with a life that is eternal. You have experienced something which is beyond birth and which is beyond death. You are given awareness to live a life that when the final moment comes in, you are totally aware. You enter into death singing and dancing. Life is a gift from God to traverse through moment to moment with awareness. Life is so exciting when you are open to each moment and not asking where it is going to take me next. Then all problems disappear. Nothing can harm you. However, the moment mind comes in and says, watch out, the fear arises and life looks dangerous. Then you are forced to take only the calculated steps. Only the calculated steps. Mind is covered. Those who listen to it become utterly covered. If you listen to the mind, you will become utterly covered. And that is the situation that we all find ourselves in. Mind is not an adventurer. It is very cautious and calculative. It takes every step with after a long process of thinking and calculation until it is certain that there is no risk, till it has seen other taking these steps and there has been no danger. Hence, listening to the mind is the most disturbing phenomena in inner growth. Listening to the mind is the most dangerous phenomena and disturbing phenomena in your growth. Everything is going good with you, but as soon as the mind comes in and says, watch out, everything is disturbed. Once and for all, says to the mind, shut up. I am watching in. Why should I watch out? Mind never says watch in, it always says watch out. Because when you listen to it, fear arises and life looks dangerous. And then you start taking only calculated steps and you very innocently thinking that you are doing something great, that many thoughts are arising. Many thoughts are arising in us. There is a thought arising in us. But you do not know that this thought is going to disturb you. When you listen to the mind, fear arises and life looks dangerous, and then you start taking only calculated steps. You stop living. Mind is the mechanism, dead. Do you know that the mind can be taken out of your skull and kept separately and you will still be alive? Only oxygen and necessary nourishment has to be provided to it and it will go on living. It does not need you. There are many minds under observation in scientific labs. They are functioning perfectly well and they do not need you. And perhaps in most of your life, you do not need them. I have heard about a politician who was having a brain operation. His mind had collected so much of junk inside that the doctors thought that it would be easier to clean it if they took it out completely, otherwise it would take many hours. So they left the politicians in the operating theater and took his mind out of the took his brain out for cleaning, and they came to the next room. A man came running, knowing nothing about what has happened, shook the politician, who opened his eyes, and the man said, "What are you doing here? You have been chosen to become the prime minister of the country." So the politician got up, and as he was leaving the hospital, the doctors saw him and they said, "My God, his brain is still in the lab." They rushed out and told him, "Wait, your brain is still being cleaned in the process." He replied, "Now I don't need it anymore. I have become the president of the country. You keep it. After 5 years, if I am not chosen again, perhaps I may need it. Until then, you can preserve it. What do I need a brain for now when I am the president?" It is a strange way. The meditator also does not need the mind. The meditator also does not need the mind. However, this happens in a very different context. This happens in a very different context. Let me just do one effort here. The politicians do not need the brain, and meditators also do not need the brain. In the moments when his brain was in the process of being cleaned up, a man came running and he saw the politician lying on the bed on the operation theater. He shook him up and he said, "What are you doing here lying in the operation theater? You have been chosen to be the president of the country." The politician got up, and as he was leaving the hospital, doctors saw him and they said, "Oh my God, his brain is still in the lab being cleaned." And they rushed and told him, "Wait, your brain is still being cleaned and you are going." He replied, "Now I do not need the brain anymore. I have become the president. Why do I need the brain now? You keep it. After 5 years, if I am not chosen again, I'll come back to you. Until then, you preserve it. What do I need the brain now when I am chosen the president of the country?" In a strange way, meditators also do not need the mind. However, this happens in a very different context. A meditator goes beyond the mind. The mind becomes slowly and slowly so silent, calm and quiet, and more efficient it becomes. And of course, whenever the meditator wants to use it, he can use it better than anyone else. I use the mind to form the sentences, the selection of the words, which happens naturally. I do not make any effort. Just it happens spontaneously and naturally What should be the intonation, what should be the modulation of the voice, where the voice has to be raised and where it has to be brought down. It happens all naturally. It is like a musical symphony. The sound and the silence, the word and the wordless. He can use it better than anyone else. Whenever he does not need to use it, he is enjoying the inner spaces, the emptiness, the ecstasies and blessings. The mind remains silent. It does not disturb. It's like my computer. My computer does not disturb. When I am doing anything else, it does not say to come and use me. I need it when I need to work on the computer. Oh, I have to go on the live streaming. I must need the computer. But when I am cooking, then I don't need the computer. And it does not disturb me and says that to come and use me. So is my mind. It does not disturb me. That is the whole art of meditation. To keep the mind completely quiet, make it understand that it is not supposed to comment on any experience that is beyond it. Meditation is beyond mind. Life is indeed exciting when you are open to each moment and not asking where it is going to take you next. This is being in a let go, being totally relaxed with existence. The problems disappear and nothing can harm you then. Indeed, nothing can harm you then. The moment mind comes in, says watch out. Mind will never say watch in, it says watch out. The fear arises and life looks dangerous, and then you take the calculated step. Then you want to know how to remain relaxed, joyful, and trusting the experience. You will just have to teach the mind its right place. It is not its territory, and the mind is not supposed to interfere or say anything. It is just out of the old habit that mind goes on making commentary on whatever is happening. It goes on giving opinions and advices. Just as there are certain people in Trinidad, we use the word makoing. They have no other job but interfering in other people's business. No one has asked your opinion, but they give their opinion. I think it is so and so. Did I ask you your opinion? I straight away point out if someone gives me the opinion. I did not ask your opinion. If I need it, I will ask someone who I consider to be the intelligent enough to answer my question, or answer me, or help me. You don't need to. When you can take that approach, mind cannot disturb you. It is just an old habit that the mind goes on making unnecessary comment. It is Mr. Unnecessary. On whatsoever is happening, goes on giving its opinion and advices, whether asked for it or not. It is simply a habit of thousands of lives. So it takes a little time and a little patience, but you are going perfectly well. Just whenever the mind says watch out, tell the mind, I am watching in. I am watching in. You watch out. Certainly, I am not watching any television show. Never take the mind in any way seriously about your inner experiences. You are experiencing something, I had told you something that this will happen. You doubt. You are bringing your 1001 possibility that how this is going to happen this way. I am afraid for this. I am afraid for that. Never take mind in any way seriously about your inner experiences. You should go with inner experiences. You should go with your trust. Trust with existence about your love with each moment and things like these. And that alone can transcend you, take you beyond. And then you will realize that life is a gift. Life is a gift from God to traverse through moment to moment with awareness. Life is a gift from God to traverse through life's vicissitudes, each circumstance and situation out of awareness. Life is a gift given to you. Live it, be it, and do not waste in the useless pursuit of this and that. When you ask someone, oh, my children are well established, the eldest son is a doctor, he have a big house he recently bought, he have big cars, the expensive ones. What did he gain in life? These pebbles you have been collecting all your life, pebbles, and you consider these as your great achievements. What is your name? My name is Dr. So-and-so. Is doctor your name or a degree conferred upon you? You do not know what is your name either. And then you want to know why life is insipid. You spend 25 to 27 years of precious life in university campus, learning this and that. And then at the end of that life in the university campus, you are given credentials, honors, degrees, and you are told that you are now ready to plunder into the world. Have you ever introspected? Do you have the simple answers to the questions that life asks you each moment? Do you have the answers to the simple questions that life asks you moment to moment? If not, then 27 years of your precious life has been wasted. 27 years of your life has been wasted. Do you want to live that kind of life? Or use it as a gift from God to traverse through life's roads with awareness? Indeed, life is a gift to traverse through with awareness. Life is a gift from God to traverse through with awareness. Only this much for this morning. Until tomorrow, take care and do have a pleasant day.